Just start us off. How was practice today for you?
So far, it's been good. It was kind of windy today and cloudy, so the heat wasn't too bad. But, I think, we came out pretty good. We're kind of starting to do some scouting type stuff, so just trying to get used to that. It's a different type of practice mentality, but really just getting used to that, and I thought it got better as the day went on.
Coach Dilly said that he's been putting quarterbacks and just the offense in general, he's been scheming them into some difficult situations this weekend and past weeks. What's that kind of been like, having to deal with that, and has it been keeping you on your toes as far as that goes?
Most definitely. Just the other day, we were going against our defense that likes, show a lot of pressure, and we didn't have a lot of answers offensively that day. And the next day we had an answer for that, and that obviously helped us as an offense. And kind of like he said, he doesn't want to give us all the answers at the beginning. He kind of wants to see how people deal with it. How do you get your teammates up when it can be really easy to go down. But like I said, he has answers for a lot of things. So it's been super cool to see when he starts implementing that type of stuff.
Trent, how did you size up the quarterback competition this month?
I think it's going good. I think Jaden's doing a great job, and Jacob's done a lot of good work the last couple of days. Obviously, Drew's injured, but at the end of the day, we're just going to compete, and the best guy's going to get the job. And at the end of the day, we're all Sun Devils, so we just want to win.
Where do you feel like you've made the greatest progression from last year?
For me, I would just say, definitely, understanding Coach Dillingham's scheme and Coach Baldwin. Obviously, it's a whole different scheme. I've had, 4 coordinators and a bunch of different quarterbacks in the room, but just understanding, the offense of not always got to throw the deep ball, but, get it to our playmakers in space, and really understanding the run game. I think understanding the run game scheme like that is definitely, what separates the great quarterbacks from the good ones. And I thought Bo did a great job last year at Oregon of understanding, it doesn't look good for this run, but checking it to something else. And, it was super simple, but it ended up being, a 60-yard touchdown run. So if we can get to that level here, I think it'd be a very, very awesome.
Trenton, we're less than 2 weeks now from that first game. What do you think is left for you personally as a quarterback to find as you prepare for the first game?
Yeah, just continue to do what I'm doing. Obviously there's always room for improvement, but just staying consistent, taking what the defense gives me, not getting too high, not getting too low. For me, I'm not, really listening to the outside noise or, there's 2 weeks away. For me, it's just every day is the same. I'm trying to get better, trying to be the best Trenton Bourguet I can be every day. And, at the end of the day, it's up to Coach Dillingham to name the starter.
You mentioned Bo Nix. You and he last year, the only quarterbacks to throw for 70% completion percentages, and Bo was coached by Kenny. What have you learned from Coach Dillingham this year so far?
For me, it's really just take what the defense gives you. He kind of breaks down film in a way that I've never seen before. He really makes the game simple, and especially with Coach Baldwin as well. To have 2 geniuses in the QB room like that. It's just awesome to get so much information at once and really take what the defense gives you.
How many of those cookies you put down last night?
I ended up not eating any of the cookies, but that was all our other roommate. But yeah, no, Jalen, he's a goofy.
And he's a cookie eater, I trust.
Yeah, he's a cookie eater. He's the Dairy Queen guy that, he makes the runs for that. But, I said if he scores some touchdowns, I'll have to make some Pizookie or something like that.
Is he a Blizzard guy?
Blizzard guy, yes, that's
flavor?
right. I'm an M&M. He usually changes it up, but I'm an M&M, extra M&M. Yes, I love my M&Ms.
There you go.
So Kenny kind of, dissects film differently than what you've seen before. What do you feel like is, what does he do differently than what you've seen before?
Yeah, for me, he doesn't really, look at, certain coverages. It's all about numbers. It's all about space and understanding, there's numbers to this side of the boundary or to this side of the field. And when you really break it down like that, it's crazy because, everybody runs the same things. You can have so many different variations, but at the end of the day, it's all about people and creating space as an offense, and as a defense, it's restricting space. So I think he does a great job of just making everything seem so simple. It's not a lot of verbiage, but just understanding, okay, there's 5 people over here, there's 4 people over here. What do you want to run it? 6 or 3, So I think that's one thing that's definitely opened my eyes as a quarterback and obviously as a future coach. But like I said, it's just, it's starting to make more sense. It's starting to be able to realize it and see it on the field a lot quicker than we did in the spring.
What impresses you most about Jaden's skill set?
Yeah, I think he's a great athlete. I've seen him over the years, in the 7-on-7 circuit. I think he has a very strong arm, and I think the game's finally starting to, slow down for him, and he's able to, make those long throws, and he's able to, make some moves with his legs. But it's awesome to see he's finally getting comfortable, and, I think at the end of the day, we're just pushing each other. He's asking me questions and vice versa. So, like I said, we're all Sun Devils, and we all want to win at the end of the day.
Good. Can you talk more about how Jaden's kind of wanting to grow? Because it seems ever since Pine went down, he's been more willing to learn.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think Jaden's always, we all have a different role in this team, and he's, he came here in the spring, right out of high school, and kind of was thrown into the fire. But at Camp T, and obviously the last couple of weeks, he's finally, you can see he's starting to anticipate those throws, making some deep ball throws. He's really anticipating, and in the meeting room, he's asking questions. He's texting people, stuff like that. So we're kind of all on the same page, even with Jacob and Drew. Even though Drew's out, he's still back there writing notes. So we're all locked in and super excited to get the season started.
Thanks, Trenton.